Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to be filming a classic Empties video. It's been around 7 months since my last one, so it's time. I love filming these because I'm able to give you a really thorough review on each of these products and whether or not I'm going to be repurchasing them since I finished the whole thing, of course. So before we rummage through my trash, I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. I have a good variety here. I have some skincare, some hair care, and some makeup, and even some tooth care. So let's start from the top down, shall we? Let's start off with this one right here because I actually finished this today, which was perfect timing. This is the Moroccanoil Luminous Hairspray. This is my favorite hairspray. I believe they have different levels too because this one says strong. I believe they have a medium hold as well, but the strong one is my favorite because I like these voluminous waves and it just helps to hold these waves together. I used to not be a huge believer in hairspray because I've tried so many and they never really did anything until this one came around. It actually makes a big difference in the longevity of my curls and my styles. This is one that I recently repurchased during the Sephora sale, so I already have and I would recommend this fully. I love this hairspray. They actually have a lot of great hair care things. They're one of my top favorite brands that I trust with my locks. Might as well mention this one. This one is no surprise, I hope. This is the Moroccanoil Dark Tones Dry Shampoo. This is my favorite dry shampoo. It does so much for me. I love how lightweight it feels and it just makes my hair feel clean again. Whereas a lot of other powder dry shampoos make my hair feel powdery and I just don't really like that feeling because I do run my hands through my hair a lot and I just don't like having that powdery feel on my fingers. This one just makes it feel clean again and I don't have to use that much of this as well. Just a little bit goes a long way and I don't have to use it every day. I can use this like every second day between my washes if I want to. It's just awesome. It's really easy to like blend it out and everything. And this one doesn't give me dandruff. I think a lot of other dry shampoos adhere too much to my scalp and then it just dries it out too much and then I get flaky skin, whereas this one doesn't. So I love this one to bits. I've repurchased this thing so many times, probably closer to 10 times now. Highly recommend it. It's awesome. I do have one Moroccanoil product here that I am not going to be repurchasing. It's the Dry Texture Spray. This one just makes knots in my hair. It's just far too drying. I just don't really like what it feels like in my hair. So this is one I just wouldn't recommend. One texturizing spray that is just amazing and I feel like we all know what it is the Oribe one. That one is incredible. I would highly recommend that one over this one any day. This is one I will never repurchase. Ooh, this is one of my top favorite products because it does so much. It has so many fun qualities. It's the Coco and Eve Like a Virgin Miracle Hair Elixir, and it truly is a miracle. It does so much. It's a styling serum. It has a really nice texture. Oh my gosh, I want to tell you guys this. I wanted to film B-roll shots of me using these, and then I was about to do it, and I was like, wait, all of these products are empty. I'm such an idiot. Anyways, probably going to cut that out, but that was before I had coffee, okay? Anyways, back to this. I'm just going to read what it says on the back here. You can apply it to your damp hair or your dry hair. You can use it as like a styling serum or like a hydrating oil. It also protects your hair from heat and it helps to calm down the frizz of your hair. It just is amazing. So it feels like a really thick kind of oily serum and then it feels a little heavy at the beginning, so I always panic a little bit, but then my hair just drinks it up and then my hair looks like this. I wear it in my hair all the time. This is one thing I already repurchased. It's already in my bathroom. It's such an incredible product. I've been using it for around a year, probably plus now, and I swear by it. It's just like an all-in-one styler, and it's so easy to travel with because it's very light. I just adore it. Highly recommend. Coco and Eve has some really great hair care products, but this is my #1 fave. This is the JVN Complete Pre-Wash Scalp Oil. This was my first scalp oil experience and I loved it in the beginning. I was completely obsessed with it. I loved how it made my hair feel so clean after I washed it out. I loved how it kind of acted like an oil cleanser before I shampooed my hair, so it helped to dissolve all of the buildup from my hairspray and my dry shampoos from the week or whatnot. But now that I've tried a few other hair oils like the Fable and main one, or even one that I've created. I created one using some jojoba oil and rosemary oil. That's my favorite blend. I feel like that does the most for me, and it apparently helps with hair growth, which is always a plus. I like those options far more than this one. I found that I had to go in with a lot of this one to cover my scalp. I didn't like the dropper as much. Like I felt like I had to dip back in constantly. It was just okay. And I didn't really love this one's scent. I feel like other oils have felt better and have done better things compared to this one. So this is a one and done experience for me. I wouldn't recommend that one. This next product is a miracle product, and I feel like I need to apologize for kind of bashing the shampoo and conditioner in my last Empties video. It was sadly one of those situations where you don't know how good a product is until it's out of your life. I am now using that shampoo. I am now using the acidic shampoo and conditioner again. It's in my shower. It's awesome. And so is this product. This is the Acidic Perfecting Concentrate. So it's a leave-in treatment. You put it in after you wash your hair when your hair is damp. And oh my goodness, it makes such a great difference in my hair. I feel like it just makes it so much softer and more manageable, especially when it's starting to feel a little bit crunchy. You have to be careful with this one too though, because you don't want to over protein your hair. But this one, it works so well. I feel like it just repairs my hair and makes it feel brand new again. It's awesome. Such a great line from Redken. I don't even think I said Redken. Oh my gosh. This whole collection is magic. And it also helped that my hairdresser swears by it too. The last hair product I have here is the Fable and Mane Holiroots hair mask. This is my favorite hair mask. Although I'm not a huge fan of the smell anymore. It smells a little bit like, I don't know, like a banana. I don't know what it smells like. Actually, I actually kind of like it now. Wow, I'm crazy. It does so much for my hair. It made such a dramatic difference in such a little time. I use this around once a week. I'll usually put a hair oil on my scalp and then this through my ends on hair washing day, and it just makes my hair feel so soft and silky, and it just makes it more manageable. It hydrates my hair so much, and I need that, especially for my extensions. I just love this one to bits, and I went through this quite quickly. It's a gem. It's a true gem. I've gone through so many different hair masks and none of them compare. This made such a dramatic difference. Oop, I missed one hair care product. This is the Verb Gentle Cleanse Light Volume Dry Shampoo. It took me a few years to get through this. I believe I bought this in 2020. It was just like my backup one, and the one that I would use like when I knew I was going to wash my hair soon. I just wouldn't really trust this one. I feel like it left a pretty big white cast in my hair. It dried my hair way too much. It made it kind of frizzy and matted at the root. It made my scalp itchy too. I will tell you the way I applied it. I would put a little bit in my palm, and then I would take a nice fluffy brush, kind of like this one here, and then I would tap it on my roots so I wouldn't apply too much to my scalp. That way it was better, but still, I didn't like it. I like how it's not in an aerosol can, but I can't deal with that. I don't like it at all. So now let's dive into skincare, and I have a few cleansers. I feel like I go through cleansers quite a bit, and that's because I sometimes wash my face a few times a day just to create more content, so I think that's why I run through them so often. And I also do multiple cleanses. So the first one I finished up was this one. I finished this a while ago actually. This is the Cosrx Low pH Good Morning Gel Cleanser. I remember this was in my shower for like ever. I liked it, but I feel like I liked a lot of other things more. So I'd always use this one for a few days and then I'd jump to something else. So that tells me immediately that it just wasn't a favorite. I don't really remember too much about it. I know this is a lot of people's favorites. I just didn't find it as effective as others. I found that I had to use quite a bit of it to remove all of my makeup after the day. It was not my complete favorite cleanser. Although it sounds amazing and I wanted to love it more than I do, I didn't like it as much as I wanted to. So I'm not going to be repurchasing that. This next cleanser I thought was going to be my new go-to. This is the Biocils Squalane and Amino Aloe Gentle Cleanser. It's so nice and gentle. The texture is really fun too. It's kind of like a jiggly gel. It's cool and it feels really nice and it removes everything from my face. But I found one that just has every single single quality that I want in a cleanser. I'll talk about that one right after this one. I would totally consider repurchasing this in the future, but just not right now. I really enjoyed it this time around, but I am just so enthralled by the next one, which is the Paula's Choice Perfectly Balanced Foaming Cleanser. I repurchased this as soon as I finished it. This is actually my full one because I finished my first one while I was in LA, so I left that one in my hotel room. I did think about packing it to throw into one of these videos, but I was like, I'll just include my full one when I get home. So this one is full. It's so nice and lightweight. The texture feels a little bit airy and it just foams up really, really nicely. It feels really rich, but it doesn't dry out my skin at all. Usually with those ones that kind of lather up like that, they make my skin feel stripped, but this one doesn't. And it removes makeup so effortlessly. It removes mascara and lash glue so quickly. It's honestly amazing, and it helps me from breaking out, which is awesome. It leaves my skin feeling hydrated, but not to the point where it breaks out. Just a dream, a true dream. Love it so much. Paula's Choice is a brand I recently fell head over heels for. Some of their products made such a huge difference in my skin. I'm going to have to do an updated skincare type video soon. But yeah, this is my new obsession. This is my #1 cleanser now. So yes, I would repurchase it. I have one more cleanser here. This is the Pharmacy Sweet Apple Clean Cleansing Balm. I actually like this one a lot more than the original one. I feel like the original one was a lot more crumbly, whereas this one melted a lot faster. But even saying that, it's not my favorite oil-based cleanser. I love the Elemis one if I'm going for a cleansing balm, but I'm more into cleansing oils that are already melted, so I don't have to like sit there, scoop something up, melt it, and get it going. I just squirt it and I'm good. My favorite cleansing oil is the Shu Uemura one. I love that stuff to bits. But yeah, this one was just okay, and I didn't use this one entirely on my face. This was my go-to cleansing balm when I needed to dissolve big arm swatches, or when I was filming B-roll shots when I need to wash my face a lot throughout takes. I would use this instead of like my top favorite cleansing balms and oils. Just not a favorite. I liked its presence, I enjoyed it, but I'm not going to put money into it. I have some makeup removers here. This is the Biotherm makeup remover. It's the waterproof one. This one was awesome. I feel like it dissolved makeup really great. I just found that it left quite an oily residue, which I didn't like, especially if I had to kind of switch up an eye look, or if I messed up my makeup. I found that it kind of would feather and ruin some of my makeup. So this one I wouldn't repurchase. I'm much happier with my Micellar waters. Speaking of, this is the pink top one from Garnier. I actually enjoy the blue top one better. But this pink one, I needed a lot of it to remove makeup, and I felt like I needed to be a bit more aggressive, whereas the blue one just takes it away so much easier. So I wouldn't repurchase the pink top one, but the blue one is where it's at. I have a serum here. This is the First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance Niacinamide Dark Spot Serum. I recently talked about this in my Sephora VIB recommendations video. This is my favorite niacinamide. I've tried so many, from like The Ordinary, from the Inkey List, from so many different brands, but I always go back to this one. It's my favorite. I love its texture. It sits under makeup really nicely. A little bit of it goes a long way, and I feel like it's the most effective. It just works and sinks in right away. It's my favorite. And niacinamide is such a great ingredient for my skin. We get along. We really get along, and it's made such a big difference in my healing acne scars. It really helps to lighten up my imperfections and refine my skin texture. It's amazing. Now I have some moisturizers and SPFs. I actually went through 2 of the Paula's Choice Clear Oil-Free Moisturizers. So this is my nightly moisturizer. It's really nice and light, but it still feels really rich and hydrating. It's really interesting, and it helps to keep me from breaking out, which is awesome. I did finish one really fast because I didn't know how much I needed. I would always accidentally squirt out too much. Just a little bit of this stretches so far. So I've learned to use like a little pea-size amount of this, but it's made such a huge difference in such little time in my life. Highly recommend this, especially if you have a similar skin type to me. My skin has made an amazing recovery, and I credit a lot of it to this product. I have, and I will keep repurchasing that. Now I have some of my Belief favorites, and similarly to the Paula's Choice cleanser. I finished one of these on that trip too. This is the Believe the True Cream Aqua Bomb. This is my favorite daytime moisturizer. It's a nice lightweight gel texture. A little bit of this one goes a long way too, and it just feels really nice and cooling and hydrating, but it doesn't leave my skin feeling heavy or super hydrated looking. It sinks right in and keeps me perfectly moisturized. It's just one of the best gel creams I've come across. So I finished 2 of these in 7 months. And of course, I finished a few of my favorite SPFs. This is again from Believe. It's the True Cream Aqua Bomb Sunscreen. My favorite thing about this sunscreen is that it doesn't smell like sunscreen. I also love how it's SPF 50. It leaves my skin looking so pretty and glowy and hydrated, but it wears beautifully under makeup. There's no white cast. It just checks off every single thing I want from a sunscreen. It's just awesome. It just acts exactly like a normal moisturizer. I just don't understand how it lacks a sunscreen smell. I've never had that before. So that was it for skincare. Now let's get into body care, and I finished another one of these. This is the First Aid Beauty KP Bump Eraser. I do have KP on the back of my arms, and this just helps to keep it at bay. It keeps it flat, it keeps it looking minimal. This is a product I've raved about for years. And if you don't have KP, you might like this still, especially if you tend to wear a lot of athleisure wear and you get those little bumps just from sitting in those clothes, like spandex clothes. You get those little bumps on your legs or on your butt. This is incredible at minimizing that and getting rid of it. It's such a miracle product. I also like to use this on my legs for a good exfoliation. I rarely get any razor bumps or strawberry legs or anything by using this. It's just a product I will always have in my shower. It's incredible. This is a product I kind of miss dearly. This is the Nécessaire the body wash. This is the first one I went through. It was in the scent eucalyptus. I repurchased it, but just in a different scent, and I think it was bergamot, and I just don't like it. So I miss this one so much. I love like the actual cleanser. The texture is amazing. I just don't like its scent. Eucalyptus is where it's at. It's so calming and refreshing and invigorating in the shower. It's just amazing. Bergamot, I don't know. It just smells like men. Don't love it. So I will be repurchasing this again, just in eucalyptus. Never again bergamot. I miss it so much. And I'm actually going to be keeping this because they have refills. They have like giant bottles of refill. So I'll be doing that. I went through quite a few of my vitamins and my Symbiotic Plus from Ritual. This here, I don't know if I've ever talked about these, but this is the Symbiotic Plus. It's the prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic. I've been trying these for 2 months and I feel like it's made a difference in my gut health, but I feel better. I am going to continue trying it out, but so far I've had a good experience, but I've had the best experience with the multivitamin. I feel like I feel a difference when I take these. I've been taking them for probably almost a year now. It's the first vitamin I've been able to consistently take, and I think it's because it tastes like mint, which is such a simple but huge difference, because the outer casing of classic vitamins always made me feel really nauseous, and I just would gag at this, like the taste and the scent and the essence of classic vitamins, and I don't get that at all with these. I also never feel nauseous. I can take these at any point of the day with or without food, and I don't get that nauseous feeling. Yeah, I've noticed such a big difference in my energy levels. I remember my last doctor's appointment, she was like, you need to take a multivitamin because your iron is like insanely low and you're missing a few other things. And then the next time I went back, my levels were good. So these, I swear by them. Thank goodness. Thank you, Ritual. And before we finish with makeup, I'll talk about my teeth stuff because I do get questions about what I use to whiten my teeth. So this is what I use for my toothpaste. It's the Sensodyne Brilliant Whitening one. Amazing. Obviously, this is what I use 2 times a day. I think this is what makes the biggest difference. It's what upkeeps the brightness of my teeth. And then once in a while, I'll use one of these Crest 3D white strips. I use the Supreme Bright ones, the ones that you wear for an hour. A few years ago, I did a whole pack of them consistently for like whatever it was, like the 20 days or something. And then I got another pack just to kind of upkeep them. And now I'll use one of these every once in a while when I feel like I need it. But I think this is what makes the biggest difference. Now let's finish off with the makeup products I finished. So the first one here is the Makeup by Mario pencil. Can you tell? It was in the shade Perfect Brown. I won't be repurchasing this pencil. I found them to be a little bit drying. I don't know if they were old. I don't know. This used to be my ultimate favorite eyeliner pencil, but as time went on and other eyeliners launched, this kind of got left in the dust. And every once in a while when I revisit them, I'm like, I don't know what I loved about them now. So this is a product I won't be repurchasing. And another one I won't be repurchasing anymore is the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Putty Primer. I know this was a huge favorite of mine for about a year, but it's just, once I finished it, I was like, okay, thank you for your time, but there's new things that I've fallen in love with, I guess. And I just don't really need salicylic acid in my primer. I can use that in an actual serum if I want to. I don't like relying on makeup products to have my skincare in them, you know? Don't need it. And the last three makeup products here, I feel like I'm going to be repurchasing them for a long time. The first one being the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. Oh, it's so good. It does so much for my skin. It is silicone free too, but it feels just like a silicone. But it feels just like a silicone product. It mattifies like one, it blurs like one, and this one also prolongs the wear of my makeup a ton. It just does so many awesome things. It's one that I raved about so much, and I already have another one in my collection right now. Great stuff, great stuff from Wet n Wild. And then I have two mascaras. This one is the Makeup Forever Professional Mascara. I actually have another one going right now. I finished this one quite a few months ago. I love how it's dual-ended. One side has a really thin wand like so. Oh, the stopper came out. It looks like it's not very empty, but she smells very expired. That was pungent. I'll get my fresh one. This is the one I'm currently using. So one side of the wand looks like this. It's very thin. It's awesome at coating your lower lashes, or if you're going for a more natural, everyday, no makeup look, if you just want to tint your lashes, very easy to do so. And the other side is just like the Marc Jacobs At Lash Mascara, and that's why I fell head over heels with this one. But I like this one even more because it is dual-ended. The formula itself is awesome too. It's one of my go-tos for my lower lashes because it never smudges or flakes, and it adds so much volume, and you can just have fun with it. You can just really create your own lash look that day by using both sides. It's fun and it's awesome, and it looks like a little Star Wars gadget or something. And this one, I am so sad that I forgot to repurchase it during the Sephora sale. I can still buy it now. It's the Tower 28 Make Waves Mascara. This one was incredible. I loved my experience through and through, and I was so sad when it was finally like emptied and dried out. Like I actually was scraping the sides desperately out of this tube, but the wand is fantastic. It is kind of one of those plasticky wands, but it's kind of banana shaped, so you're able to really hug your lashes or push up your lashes when they're curled. It adds so much volume. It really makes a fluffy look. Like each lash is defined and not clumped together. You can get like a really nice natural effect or a very volumized, beautiful effect. This is another great formula that does not smudge or flake. I would use this on my lower lashes every day when I would use this. Love every single thing about this one. The wand was also great at applying on the lower lashes. You could just do it all with this one. One of the best mascaras I've ever tried. And there we have it. Those are all of my empties I've gone through in the last 7 months. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and found it helpful. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will make sure to link everything I mentioned in the description down below, so feel free to check that out, and I'll see you in my next upload. Bye guys!